All right. Let's see. Live stream chat. Let's make sure we're up in the YouTubes.
See if I get a recommendation or a notification. But I couldn't wait to say hello. We won't be able to
Hello.
monetize this now.
I just
Now
got some
live.
kind of notification.
Yep, now
All
live on your
right.
channel. I guess we're live. Hi, everybody, we're live.
Hello.
Looks like it's working. Maybe I should put my phone on Do Not Disturb so we don't have a live faux pas, a live
Yeah, we
fox
don't want to do
pass.
that.
All right.
Um,
I'm going to have to read this giant synopsis live. Okay.
you can do it.
All right. Thank you, Rob Schneider.
All right. That's why. Okay. I haven't subscribed to myself. Odd. Okay, I'll just go in under this one. And don't mind me, folks. We're getting set up. We're bringing all the people.
We decided to go live at the last second.
Last second, just because we're behind on con until after this.
And it's also fun to go live.
Yeah. So why don't you entertain the people?
I'm going to, should I sing?
Sing, dance, make a little love
Should I read a
tonight.
poem?
Poems are always good.
Once upon a midnight dreary, as I pondered weak and weary over many quaint and curious book of forgotten lore, upon my something I heard a tapping, a rapping, above my chamber door.
All
Tis
right.
something else and nothing more. Lenore.
Ooh, roll for Tarako. We got somebody in already.
Roll
All
for
right.
Tarako already. He was my dramatic reading of The Raven will get even more dramatic the more people come. I wonder if I have an edition of Poe here to hand. Do I have an edition of Poe here to hand? I don't think I do. I think it's locked up in my boxes. In me boxes. Oh, oh. Shall I? Should I regale the people about my librarial laments? My
Yes.
librarial laments. I had my library redone. The guy did the shelves all wrong. My books have been in boxes now for over a year. The ones you see behind me is one box I liberated. It already filled up like a third of the library. I have like 9 more boxes of books. This guy did all the shelves wrong. I don't have enough shelf space for my many books. And most of them, the majority of them, are in, as I said, the aforementioned boxes, including my editions of Poe, from which I would have read The Raven because there was a time in my library when I could have just did this, like reached over and literally grabbed anything off the shelf
It'll happen
because
again.
it'll happen again, but I can't wait. This is my own hell. This is my own SETI Alpha 5. It's a hell of my own making. I had to get fancy. I had to redo the library. I had to finally have everything I wanted. And guess what, Hotshot? Be careful what you wish for. Also, these shelves have to apply to everyone, or they mean nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about over here. Okay, so we should be able to get the chat since we're getting roll for Tarako.
Okay, let's see what I got here. It looks like I got 4 people in. It looks like.
All right.
Let's see. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Trek Exploration Live. We hope that you
Yep.
have a nice surprise seeing us and our gorgeous faces. Albie is once again smoking up his boudoir like a French porno.
You got to have fog machines and lasers, Jerry.
I don't know about that.
Well, you can't
I
see the
see.
lasers without the fog.
I'm seeing that we got 5 people on. 5 people on,
Ooh,
but I
hey,
can't
that's
see
pretty
them in
good.
the chat. I don't know
Well, not
why they're not
everybody's
coming up.
chatting. Some people are lurking.
You lurking bastards! You heard me. I'm calling you out directly. Make a
All right.
stand. Tell us how much we suck.
All right.
My hair came
You
out
ready
pretty
to go,
good.
my friend?
Yeah, it's late, but my hair looks nice. No hat
Okay.
tonight. No hat
You look
tonight,
good.
Pop. No, son, not one drop.
You look good. Can you see my badge? There you go.
Name the
Going good.
movie.
Okay.
Should I put on
I'll
my
read
badge?
those.
Should I
I'll
put
read
on my
those
badge for the
notices.
peeps?
Yeah.
Can you
I'll
see it
read
on
those
this shirt?
notices.
On this busy shirt?
Yeah, in the 4K because we publish in 4K eventually. Right
right.
now, it's probably like 1998 blocky dial-up.
1998. Ah, that was a good year.
It was
All
good year.
right.
He invented vulcanization, right?
We were so worried about the Y2K bug, and now look at us.
Well, if we weren't worried, it wouldn't have fixed itself. You know what I'm saying?
All right, there we go. How does that look?
You look gorgeous. You look
All
gorgeous.
right, everybody down below, tell me how my Delta looks. And
Oh,
that's not a euphemism, but you can make it one if you want to.
it might be.
Let's
Okay.
all that Delta talk. It is after dark.
I think we did. All right. Hello and welcome back to Trek Exploration. I'm Albie,
And I'm Chris.
and today we are talking Star Trek Con 5 and 6.
And we're live and streaming, live at 5 and 6, I guess.
Live at 5 and 6.
Yes. So
Yeah, we were getting a little behind with Con, so we figured, you know what? Let's get y'all caught up before the new one comes out, which is
Yeah.
7. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
We already have people in the chat. Roll for Tarako. How you doing? He
Hey, roll for Taraka,
says he's
roll
been
for Chalk.
notified. What are we discussing tonight? We just covered that. Drawing a sketch card for Albie today. Chris is next. Cool.
Uh-oh, sketch cards.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Oh, see, everybody heard me reading The Raven. If you're just joining us before when we were ramping up to go live, Albie told me to regale the people with something pithy and relevant, and I just started quoting The Raven. Doth quote The Raven.
Nevermore.
Nevermore.
Roll for Draco also says, Albie looks fabulous and Chris looks snappy. That's what I was going for. Fabulous. Thank you. I just re-glittered. Is your Delta on your OnlyFans?
We reach.
Yes.
We reach, Herbert.
Yep.
I still can't see the chat, though.
Really? You got to go
Oh,
over
there
to
it
the
is.
right.
I got it.
There you go,
Okay,
chat.
roll for Taraco's on a tear here.
And then I'll let you
Found it.
read from now on.
All
All right, so
right.
we're talking about Con 5 and 6, the audio drama. We were going to do just 5, but then we'd be like, oh, we're still behind. And then we kind of listened ahead to 6, and it really goes with 5, right, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, this is
you're like we didn't talk too
like,
much.
Two more contiguous episodes of Khan you will not find. This is really one story across 2 episodes. So it was a perfect way for us to pull the trigger and say, let's do a double show. Like you said, it'll help us catch up. And we can discuss, how we might cover the podcast in the future, depending on how this one goes. So I think that we have options, though, which is nice.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Chris, but there's a podcast out there called That Star Trek Podcast, and I think they all collectively agreed not to do it anymore until the end. They're like, yeah, I guess we'll come back and wrap it up when it's over, but for now.
Yeah. Well, these are all of my dear friends and Albie's dear friends, although he's never met them.
Never met
Sean Ray and Scott Madison,
The great Sean Ray.
and Nick Yeager and
lovely
Rick
Nick.
Tatro and the beautiful
Rick.
John Irons
The beautiful John Irons.
and the enchanting Virginia Pickle and
You're just making up names now.
and
George Glass, Virginia Pickle. Come on.
Virginia's a real person, and she's a doll,
Okay.
and a strong woman. She's a modern woman, tough as nails. Just so I didn't sound
Yeah, I like that.
misogynistic
I like that in a
saying
woman.
that she was a doll, and also Tom Madison, Scott's brother, and everybody else over there who occasionally pops on. But I think I named them all. I probably forgot someone, but I'm a bad friend. Anyway, that Star Trek podcast, the core crew has been Rick, Scott, and Neek covering Khan, and they got as far as episode 4, and they were just like punching out. They're trying to figure out if they're even interested in covering it episode by episode, or if they're going to just do a wrap up when the thing is over. And they were going to let the episodes really make the decision for them. If one of them or two of them felt compelled to discuss an episode because of what happened, then they would get on and do their show. If they did not feel compelled, they would just save everything to the end. I'm going to let you guess so far what the verdict has been over on that Star Trek podcast.
And yet, after they said that, they went in to have a great discussion about Star Trek Con, so who knows?
Well, that's the funny thing is they wrote it off, and then they when they let the shackles of having to discuss Star Trek Con, they just loosed the shackles, and then they just started talking generally, and then a couple of questions came up that actually turned out to be interesting. So it was a weird podcast, and I don't know how they're going to proceed, but I'll agree with them whatever they decide. So you should listen
Wow.
to that Star Trek podcast.
Couple things. I think you have 2 friend groups at least. All of those people, and then the other one is me. You probably have your doctor friends, and then your Dr. Laura doctor friends, and Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine. You probably got a lot of friends. Thank you for giving me time, though. I appreciate that.
You're my one and only, man. You're the guy.
Aw.
You're the guy I pod with.
Before
you get me.
you're my podcasting partner. That's what I call you. Let's talk about Khan in that regard too, because I'm finding like if I'm enjoying it on the 4th listen, let's say, right? But I shouldn't have to get to the 4th listen to actually get sucked in. I fear like if this was a book, at this part of the story, I probably would have closed it and put it on the shelf and said, yeah, it was okay. But I wouldn't finish it. But since it's an audio drama and we're covering it, I'm going to finish it because it's almost like episodes.
Yeah.
But the completist in me says, not really. So if I wanted to abandon it, I could. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling first we should tell people what we're doing. We said it's parts 5 and 6 for everybody who might be wondering.
Imagination's limits.
And the good of all. So those were written by Kirsten Beyer and David Mack, based on a story by Nicholas Meyer, directed by Fred Greenhalgh, with Naveen Andrews as Khan, Ren Schmidt as Marla, Sonia Cassidy as Rosalind Lear, Maury Sterling as Ivan, and special guest appearances by George Takei as Captain Sulu and Tim Russ as Ensign Tuvok. So we got that out of the way for posterity when this isn't live and people are saying, what the hell are they talking about? Now they know.
That's true. Now they know.
To your point,
yes.
I know we usually wait for me to read the synopsis before we do initial impressions.
Right.
But as excited as I am to be listening to an audio drama based on Star Trek, based on Khan, produced for the ear, which is just a thrill for me on so many different levels.
Ticks all your boxes.
Right. Ticks all my boxes.
Your wish list.
So as you can see, I'm building up to the, but honestly, they're losing me. They're losing me, and there's a couple of reasons for that. But we can get into that. And I don't want to, as you know, I always try to approach anything that we discuss, anything that we review on its own terms, and try to find at least positive conversation.
Oh, yeah. I found some positive things.
Yeah.
The 4th time.
But just to put everything in a context that's not just crapping all over things.
Yeah. Not going to crap on it. So. We're going to finish it, I think.
Mm-hmm. How we finish it remains to be seen, in my opinion.
We'll see.
So.
We'll see.
Do you want me to go to the episode synopsis?
Yes, Chris. Would you now? Is this going to be one combined into 2, or is this going to be 2 separates? How should I introduce?
Well, it's one. It's 2 combined into 1
because the story is so contiguous.
The story is so contiguous that I had written the synopsis for episode 5, but I just slapped on the main stuff from episode 6. After I listened to it stuff earlier this evening as I was walking Penelope.
All right, Chris, could you read for us, anyone who hasn't listened to the audio dramas in a little bit, the synopsises for Star Trek Khan audio drama, episodes 5 and 6, Imagination's Limits and the Good of All?
Alrighty, so Imagination's Limits opens up on the Excelsior, and Dr. Lear, Rosalind Lear, is making a personal log where she is frankly fawning all over Khan and how great he is. She gets interrupted in her own self-accolades, and she must report to Captain Sulu, to whom she is a total jerk, as usual. Right. Sulu questions her about her motives and whether she believes Khan was a victim of Starfleet negligence, but gives her the SETI system scans that she requested. Remember those from the last episode? They were classified. Tuvok said he'd see what he can do, and apparently he swayed Sulu to give her those scans. And those scans show a minor fluctuation in SETI Alpha 6's core at the time that the Enterprise scanned the system, but nothing imminent. And it was Spock himself that ran those scans. So, what is Spock? Spock is above reproach, but she still sees it as an impossible coincidence. So, commence this discussion about the long-standing prejudice against augments in the Federation, and Sulu is like, they're the worst mistake humanity has ever made. Khan was a merciless monster. Monsters are made, Lear counters, not born. She'd like to understand the recipe. Sulu chalks it up to unprocessed pain and says it is not Khan's fault that it is not Kirk's fault. I'm sorry, I haven't read this over in about a week and a half. Sulu chalks it up to unprocessed pain and says it's not Kirk's fault that Khan made bad choices. We interrupt this ponderous tete-a-tete to go back to our archival recordings. Khan and Marla's newlywed dalliances are interrupted by the explosion of SETI Alpha 6, followed shortly by a crashing spaceship. Wow, what? I thought it was going to be a meteor. It turns out to be a spaceship. Khan decides to attack the aliens while they are wounded and vulnerable. Marla is like, what? Why not make friends? They might be able to help, especially now that chunks of SETI Alpha 6 will soon rain down and lay waste to SETI Alpha 5.
The sky is literally falling.
Yes, Khan counters that the one purpose they have left is survival, and these aliens apparently pose a threat to Khan anyway. Speaking of whom, there are almost 200 humanoid survivors. They make no sounds. Everyone but Marla is gung-ho on killing them. Paolo says waging war won't matter. The planet will kill us regardless. Earthquakes, floods, cats and dogs living together. Paolo urges Khan to forget about the aliens and seek out some underground shelter with water. He says the aliens will probably have scans of the planet's geography. Khan is like, great, we'll force them to give it to us. Marla warns that the aliens may look weakened, but they may have freaky mind powers and kill us with a thought. But Khan shuts down all talk of doing anything practical. Marla tells Khan that she is saddened by the limits of his imagination. So Khan's dumb army advances on the aliens, but surprise, Marla is right. The aliens stand in a circle and mind bleep their attackers. They don't really hurt the attackers, but they make their weapons melt and bend and warp. And Khan orders retreat, and everyone is screaming and scattering in pandemonium. And as they do, an alien voice intrudes on Khan's thoughts. The alien is named Delmonda of Elboria. He says that they will not harm one another, but Khan commands Delmonda to leave the planet. This planet is mine. Why should I trust you? So Delmonda actually tells Khan exactly what he needs to know, where to find an underground water source. And sure enough, it's there, an underground freshwater sea 100 miles wide. We end with Khan recording a personal log saying he still distrusts and fears Delmonda's motives. And we're all wondering why. The guy just did you a solid. But at the beginning of part 6, Marla realizes that Khan is so freaked out because he cannot comprehend an act of simple, selfless kindness. But he continues his discussions with Delmonda, and they get to know each other better. Still, Khan got a con, and he orders Ivan to keep tracking the Eldorians to see if they're up to no good. Sure enough, Ivan stumbles on a lone Eldorian and murders him in cold blood because Ivan got Ivan. Meanwhile, Khan's people are exploring the network of underground caverns that will soon be their new homes. The underground sea is vast and fresh, but seems devoid of any food. Khan and Marla have found some hot springs and are arguing baby names. In another area of the caves, Ursula is complaining, as usual, the chamber set aside for her in medbay is too small. But Godot discovers that there is another cavern just on the other side of the rock face. They enthusiastically start digging. Cue the tunnel collapse. Khan hears the crash and rushes to help, leaving Marla alone. While trying to find her way back, Marla is instead mentally summoned by Delmonda. He leads her to the caves where the Eldorians have created a camp. They have Ivan in a trance and tell Marla about the murder. She commiserates, unable to talk Ivan down. After helping free an injured Mado from the rock pile, Khan rushes and finds Marla, aghast that his wife has been lured away and that Ivan is being held. Khan demands that Delmonda let Ivan go. Judging him for his transgressions is Khan's responsibility. Delmonda says they will judge him jointly or they must part ways. But Marla urges Khan not to act hastily. The Eldorians had been gathering the remnants of their crashed ship, and Delmonda says they were trying to salvage enough of it to build a pod to escape the planet. But it isn't for us, Delmonda explains. It's for you, the humans. Khan and Marla are shocked. Meanwhile, back on the Excelsior, Sulu has ordered Tuvok to shadow Dr. Lear and spy on her research. She twigs to this and lays Tuvok out. Like, what gives, Tuvok? Why are you tracking me? Tuvok urges her to be more open about her motives. What are you doing? What is the end of this research? And she finally relents and admits that she got the first set of recordings. Remember those back when they were having that hearing in episode 1? Those recordings came from none other than Delmonda. What? Reveal. Apparently, Delmonda somehow got off the planet. They speculate, but they don't know. Also, Mado's baby died.
Sad face.
Yes, and Ursula reamed out Khan for saying they could try again. Why would I want to bring anybody into this hellhole, into this disaster area that you led us into? So that's the broad strokes.
Out of your mind?
Yes. Broad strokes. I think that sums up everything.
It does. Wow. So the baby. This is MacGyver's baby that's doing the research, and her stepdad is this alien guy named Dermando, right?
Wait,
did you picture him as blue or green? I pictured him as blue.
They said they were silver and pearly.
Oh, okay.
So I pictured them as pearlescent,
and they
maybe
had
a little lavender,
tail.
like a pearlescent lavender,
Okay.
with silver hair, like a
Okay.
silver mane. But for some reason, I kept on thinking of I think it's maybe the movie Trolls, or I just keep seeing a monster movie. It's from the 80s or the 90s with like a little imp with gray skin and white hair. What am
Okay.
I thinking of?
Golden Girls.
Somebody, thank you. Finally,
That's it.
Betty White.
Exactly. I was thinking Estelle Getty, but picture it. SETI Alpha 5,
Oh my God.
1923.
They're the SETI Alpha 4.
Yes, this is SETI Alpha 5. So I'm like, I'm dreading this. I'm listening to it. I'm not enjoying it. I'm like, and then like the aliens come along, and I'm like, that's it. That's I'm gone. I'm checking out. But I
That
can't.
made you check out, huh?
Kind of. And it's not like we haven't seen many aliens in Star Trek. Of course, there's aliens all over. Tuvok's an alien. Yeah, they're more alien aliens. They're like mysterious, like the Greys or something. That's what I pictured. And they have these mental powers to destroy guns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they still crash. So their technology is way advanced, but not the ultimate, survival. So what are your first impressions on this? These two contiguous Khan episodes.
Again, I found the alien crash unexpected and intriguing, but at the end of the day, the show is losing me for various reasons, which we'll discuss. And I know that you're saying that you're not enjoying it at all. So what are your first impressions of this episode?
There's pieces I was kind of enjoying picturing the underground sea, because one of my favorite classic movies is Journey to the Center of the Earth. So that evoked memories of that for me. The one with who stars in that? Like a singer from the 50s or something.
Rod Steiger and Raquel Welch. These are names I'm just making up.
It could have been, but I don't think it is.
And with a special appearance by F. Murray Abraham.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
'Cause,
okay.
The plastic surgery.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's one of my favorite things. But then later on, they said the sea, it's like, there's no sun, obviously, but there's no light source, right? So it's dark in there? Did they say
I'm trying to figure
source?
out, like in my mind's eye, I'm trying to figure out, is there like bioluminescence somehow in the cave that gives them
Something, right?
I know they're carrying around lamps because they're talking about lamps.
Okay, so like a gas lamp.
So, but I mean, is this still first impressions? Or are you getting into?
I don't know.
I just want to tell people out there how
Yeah,
they
you
can
do
reach
your
us.
thing.
Let me do the spiel, all right?
Okay.
Because we're going to go so far afield and all over the place.
Yeah, all over the place. I
got
got to get this all out. I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. Let me take care of house first, okay?
You do that.
So before we commence our SETI spiel, see what I did
This
there?
is setting
Before we get into our SETI Alpha jive, see what I did
Jive.
there? We want to know
what
what
you did.
you think, so you can reach us right here on on the
you reach,
YouTube
man? Do you
channel. We
reach?
want you to like, subscribe, and share Trexploration with those that you know and love.
Down.
Fellow Trekkers, fellow family members, anybody that you think would enjoy this. That's youtube.com/@Trexploration. You can also support the show on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Trexploration. There you will find many levels and tiers, and supplant those tiers, surmount those tiers, dry your tears, and support us on Patreon. We have tiers that go all the way from Cadet to Admiral, and many levels in between. You can go see that.
Captain is our most popular level.
And we are live now. We can finally say, hey, we're live here on YouTube. Hype this video.
Hype it!
Hype it. You can hype this video now. I don't know what that means, but if you hype it, something good will happen.
Super chat!
Super chat! Super chat. It's not... Okay, so we super chat it. You hype it when we're not live.
I don't know if you can hype it while it's live. What if you could?
Hype it, super chat it. Just do something.
Super chat. Yeah, and we'll read all the super chats unless it's
we hear you roll for Turaco.
Roll for Turaco.
Super chat us. Become a YouTube member. Like I said, subscribe, share. You can also follow us on Blue Sky. That's at Trexploration.bluesky.social. You can email us anything you'd like. Your opinions, your photos, your voicemails. You can do voice things too. That's Trexplorationpod@gmail.com. You can
send MP3s, videos, pictures.
Send us physical media, anything you'd like. That's P.O. Box 542, Bayport, New York, 11705. You can see a couple of pictures behind me that are a wonderful cadet, Linda, did in the style of Star Trek Scouts. If you are not watching our reviews of Star Trek Scouts, I can't help you. I mean, I think that they are the best shows we've ever done. You can also support the show in a one-time manner. We have so many ways that Albie has devised here.
There are many ways.
We have QR codes for PayPal, QR codes for Zelle, QR code for Venmo, or QR code for cash? How does that work?
Cash App.
Cash App. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all the same thing, I think. There's on the edited ones, there'll be like QR codes and stuff.
Right. I forgot you can't pop them up right now.
Find those.
Yeah, you'll have to find, and there'll be links below at some point. So you can find all that stuff down below. And please, if you decide to support the show in a one-time manner or a regular manner, just let everybody know how much you love it, and please accept our thanks for everything you do to keep Trexploration going.
Ruffalo Taco says he's working on sending you stuff.
Oh, hello to the P.O. Box 542,
awesome.
Bayport, New York.
Oh, yeah, so we don't forget, shoebox is full of cash.
Shoebox is full of 20s. That's another way to send us a one-time donation. And we want to thank everybody who supports the show currently. Those would include our patrons, our special lifetime member, the Omnipotent Willard. And the rest of our crew of intrepid Trexplorers. They include our cadets, Linda and Rick Tatro, our lieutenant commanders, Scott Seligman, Cosplay Dad, and Kristen Daljo, and of course our captain, the esteemed Captain Charles from Texas, Captain on the bridge. We want to thank all of you for supporting the show, and we want to thank all of our free members as well. There are many people on the Patreon site that are just there as part of the community. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Over 30, I think.
Thank you so much for subscribing.
Appreciate
here.
You guys.
If you do subscribe, you get exclusive content. We have, I think, released a video that shows kind of what we do with the Peacemaker finale.
Yep, but that one was open so people could get a taste.
They get an eyeful. You get an eyeful
if they really want
to
taste it.
Yep. So they really want it. I'm hoping they do. And just please do everything you can to spread the word about Trexploration. And I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
I think that's all of it.
Yeah, I think that's all of it. So thanks for
Christian, he said inquired about a shirt. So maybe I think I'll get the store up and running.
Oh, we should be getting the store up and running. We have so many great logos and different kinds of content that we can put on shirts and mugs and stuff. Thanks to our graphic designer, Scott Madison.
And listen, let me know if we could put those crown drawings on shirts.
I think that we have. Permission to do that. Now they're ours.
Okay, cool.
Now they're ours, Linda.
Yeah, I think there's a disclaimer somewhere in that announcement, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Scott
Anything
Madison.
You say may be used on a shirt.
Yes, maybe used on a future episode of Star Trek Trexploration or on Trexploration merch.
Yes.
We considered a donation of intellectual property. Thank you very much.
It's just so good.
Yeah,
It must
it
be
is.
seen by more than just us.
It
in our
has to
homes.
be. It has to be.
It
So
has to
I just want to encourage anyone who might be watching live right now to comment, and we'll be featuring those comments throughout the show. This is Friday Night Live. We just decided last second to do this, so thank you all for logging on and watching. We hope that you enjoy this discussion of Con, and we want to hear what you think either in the comments down below or
below.
here live as we're
Live.
podcasting live.
Both.
So
Both are good.
both are good. So
Both are good. So, hey, this is a
Now-
normal show, right?
this is a normal show. Yes.
So
no,
we got to
no
do some
F-bombs.
catch up. Should we talk some more about Con, or should we talk more about catch up?
Oh, well, catch up. Well, you tell me what you've been doing, because every time we talk, I feel like I'm doing the catch up stuff.
Oh, well,
I
I'm
mean,
interested
I
in your
have
life.
done some stuff. I have done some
Okay.
stuff, but tell me about you. What's going on in the world of Albie Bird?
Let's see. I usually go to the movies a lot. We haven't really. I did just go see Kiss of the Spider Woman, the new J-Lo movie.
Oh,
Apparently, it's a remake, but it's a remake of the musical that was made out of the Raul Julia movie, which I didn't see.
yes.
I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I'd say go check it out. It's kind of half musical, half drama, and like political wartime prisoner intrigue. It's pretty good.
Okay. Is it like, remember that movie that came out that was the Oscar darling about the transgender drug dealer? It had Selena Gomez and Zoe Saldana. What
Now,
was it
I
called?
didn't watch that.
Alana Granaccia or something like that?
Yeah, I wanted to watch it when I heard about it, but then everybody in the trans community was really saying it's horrible. This is not, it doesn't represent our community, so I didn't watch it.
I watched it because everybody was saying it was interesting, and it was interesting. But the reason I bring it up is because it had musical parts, but it like wasn't a musical. It was extremely well put together, and like this, and I'm wondering if the Kiss of the Spider Woman is like that. You're saying it's a musical, but it's almost I can't explain what the difference is.
Yeah.
Maybe because musicals annoy me and this didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people are saying that with Kiss of the Spider Woman. Yeah, that other movie, I saw what Jessie had to say, Jessie Gender, on it, and she said no, so I was like, okay, no.
All right. Well,
But Kiss of the Spider Woman, yeah, it's about two guys in prison in Argentina, I want to say. And, they don't want to be where they are, so they're like trying to distract each other, and one tells the story of his favorite movie. So for us, it would be Back to the Future 2, and we just tell each other, and eventually they end up cuddling and stuff. But he's talking about Kiss of the Spider Woman, the old movie that's a musical, so it has musical numbers, but it's told by an unreliable narrator, and then people are playing multiple parts. I think J-Lo plays 4 parts. But so it was, I think, directed and maybe written by the guy who did the movie version of Chicago, so I was really expecting something spectacular. It wasn't that, but it was good.
okay.
Yeah,
You're a fan
I
of
enjoyed it.
Chicago,
I'm glad I
that's
saw it on the big screen because what the musical numbers were very 1950s big and
Like
one
Busby,
shots
like
and stuff.
Busby Berkeley, like kind of like Big Lebowski, big.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that, like a Taylor Swift video.
All right.
Ruffalo Taco says I saw the Raul Julia Kiss of the Spider Woman on late night TV. I heard it's not a musical, so I was like, that's weird. Like a movie that's half musical without the musical, and I was like, I don't know if I want to watch that. Raul Julia, he was in The Escape Artist, right?
I don't know. I know he played Gomez Adams though in the rebooted
Yeah.
Adams Family.
So The Escape Artist,
with
Artist.
Angelica Houston.
Angelica Houston. That was a good
I
one.
almost said Angelique Pettyjohn because I'm thinking Gamesters of Triskelion.
The other thing is I'm working on 2 businesses right now, but we'll talk about those as they come out. There's
Oh,
hints
that's
all
right.
around.
Look at you, Mr. Entrepreneur.
Yeah, trying to make the ends meet and make the ends that meet out of meat. It's
Okay.
expensive right now. The other thing is you had mentioned Jacob's Ladder on our last recording.
Yes, I spoiled Jacob's Ladder on our last recording. Apparently, I didn't realize that
Which
you
is
hadn't
fine.
seen it.
'Cause if you hadn't spoiled it, I probably wouldn't have watched it. Because I was telling Allison and you, I think in the chat, is I confused that with Lorenzo's Oil. Don't ask
Which
me
I've
how.
never seen.
There's a name and a possessive and then some noun, right?
Okay, all right.
But I have to say the movie freaked me out, but in a great way. I thought it was beautiful.
It's a freaky
artistic.
movie.
It's a great movie. And the weirdest part is I'm watching Jacob's Ladder as I'm going through my own Jacob's Ladder, right? this past year, since my near-death experience, it's been a lot like this movie. And I'm watching this movie and I'm getting all freaked out. I'm like, holy crap, maybe I just need to let go. You know? Oh,
I just, well, I have to say that if you guys don't realize it, we were discussing Jacob's Ladder in reference to the third episode of Star Trek Scouts, the chalk meteor.
yeah, very similar. Very similar
So,
the two.
again, if you're not watching our Star Trek Scouts videos, you are completely missing out on the most interesting Star Trek podcasting I think you'll ever hear.
And
If
the,
I
the
don't say
best
so myself.
modern Star Trek series there is, I think.
Roll for Tarako says Jacob used Lorenzo's oil on his ladder.
That's what I thought.
He had to let go because his hands were slipping.
Now I haven't seen Lorenzo's Oil either. I just heard of both of them and it was like I don't want to watch that, but I was
feel
wrong.
like Lorenzo's oil, I want to say, has Jessica Lange and Nick Nolte. I could be
And
wrong
it's
on
about
that.
they're trying to find medicine for their kid, is
for
what I
their
understand.
son, yeah, or something like that. Maybe it's Lorenzo.
But it turns out they never had a kid
They need oil for Lorenzo, and
to make the fries.
they go far and
With the
wide. They
vinaigrette.
start doing a road trip to all of the fast food restaurants.
Vacuuming out the old grease. Where do you stand on sesame oil? People either love it or hate it.
Your grease trap, sir. Your grease
We
trap.
need it to help a boy. I'm
I've
figuring
only
Lorenzo's the
ever
boy. I don't know.
used sesame oil when we had a wok for a hot second. We still have it somewhere, and we were using it a lot. But this is the weird thing about my wife. She'll love something, so she'll make me make it a lot. So I was using sesame oil a lot, doing like stir fry vegetables and chicken and stuff, and rice, and making like fried rice. And then
I like
all
the
of a
chicken with
sudden,
rice.
all of a sudden, the
Lemonade.
worm turns, and she decides she doesn't like it anymore, and we haven't taken the wok out in 25 years. So it's been a while, but I'll tell you, grapeseed oil is good for treating all of your cast iron pans because it's got a low smoke point and it'll create that barrier that you need. And here's what I discovered since getting into the cast iron scene, baby. You do not want to season your pans and cure them in the oven because the house will stink for a week and a half. What you want to do is drag the grill out from the shed and put that puppy up as high as it will go,
Get off the
and then
damn
let it
shed.
get good and hot, and then put the pan on the grill outside where all the smell will go away. Where all the smell will go away. And then you have a beautiful seasoned pan. And you can do that once or twice a year, and your pan will stay spick and span. So,
See, you're a chef. I'm a cook. So I go to you for advice on quality. Because
But
me, I'm
you-
using nonstick that go through the dishwasher. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I mean, I have a few of those, but it's just like, what's the point? They're just
That's a good
crappy
point.
pans. You know, and it's only me and Laura, so I don't have to worry about much. And I don't know. Anyway, I just
Maybe
enjoy.
when me and
Maybe
Rennie
it's,
visit again, bring the wok
it's an
out.
indulgence. It's an indulgence. I made you guys fake eggs with margarine.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, in the
And
stainless steel
bagels, I
pan.
think.
The weirdest thing is the margarine like soaked into the stainless steel, like it just
Yeah, it's
disappeared.
vegetable oil and water. So
Yeah, it just was crazy. It was just crazy.
yeah, probably got to take some whale blubber and
This is what I did for Albie when he and Rennie came to visit. I bought because they said they wanted margarine, and Albie gave me a list of acceptable foods because Rennie is
Rennie.
vegan, you know.
Yes.
So
Was.
I
Now
wanted
she's
to make sure.
vegetarian.
Well, I wanted to make sure that she could eat while she was here. So
Right,
Albie
right,
gave me, and he said imperial margarine. I said, okay, it's 1973. I have to find imperial margarine. Let me get in my DeLorean
It's $1.18 a pound.
and go to the A&P.
Tastes good in potatoes though.
And I did find imperial margarine, but it was in a thing of 4 to 6 bricks of imperial margarine. We used 4 pats, and then he left, and I threw it away because there was no way for you to take it with you. It was freaking margarine.
Yeah, that's true. We could have, but it would have dripped the whole way, and it wouldn't
Yeah,
be
exactly.
worth saving the $1.24.
So-
People slipping and sliding on the train
I'm
from
telling
the
you.
leaking margarine. Yeah, she uses butter now though, so that's good.
Oh, that'll make things easier next
The
time.
pizza crust comes right off the pan with butter. When you butter, it.
Butter's
when you
good
margarine
for-
it,
it's
grease
good
it,
and good
not so
for
much.
you. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. So
so
that's good. Okay, so sesame oil. Okay.
yeah.
So we were talking about Khan, and so you're saying they're pearl aliens, they're pearl looking. See, why did I picture
Pearlescents.
blue or? I was
You know where
picturing
I get-
something from Solar Opposites. I think.
I get the
what I was
pearlescent
picturing.
lavender. Pearlescent lavender.
Lavender,
The
okay.
first transistor radios ever made. Regency. I want to say X1 but maybe I'm thinking NX. But they're Regency, and they came in 5 or 6 colors, and I was obsessed when I first got into radios, reading about all of these things. And one of the colors that they mentioned in this book was pearlescent lavender. And I've always wondered, I've never seen a picture, but I have no idea what pearlescent lavender looks like. But these aliens in my mind's are pearlescent lavender because of radio, and it's a radio show. So see, it's all circles within circles. It all
Yeah,
tracks.
maybe it's an homage, a callback. Why did the aliens bump me? Did I forget
You know
there were
why?
aliens in
They
Star Trek?
they bumped me because you weren't expecting. This is where I think the aliens bumped you because it undercuts the entire story that Khan gives when Chekhov finds him on
Okay.
SETI Alpha 5. And there were two reasons. Number one, they've done a really good job in this podcast, if nothing else, of fleshing out Khan as a three-dimensional character. So the part of this that bumped me goes hand in hand with the discovery of the aliens, because in these episodes, Khan is just acting like a freaking idiot. He is so distrustful of these aliens who seem to be too good to be true,
Right.
because of his own limitations, that he just refuses to do anything but be belligerent. And it's just like all of a sudden he's become that over the top, cartoony, mustache twirly villain that we were afraid the series was going to focus on. And also, okay, these aliens. Hi, Johnny. Johnny J just joined us.
Yo, what's up? Yo.
Yo, Johnny J. I think that the aliens put a wrinkle in where, did Khan survive? Did they all survive because of his intelligence? Or is he just giving Chekhov like a line of BS? What do you think? That's what bumped me
The
about
second
it,
one.
because it kind of contradicts the whole superiority thing.
But I've been reflecting on it, and I've had a change of heart about it
Okay.
these 2 weeks, because we're like, we were kind of like also poo-pooing the idea that it's just a story that's in between two stories that's got a foregone conclusion. And we did guess some of the things, like the Khan's kid escaping, which of course it's going to be on that little small craft that they're doing. They're going to do a Superman for the kid, I guess, just to research her parents. Anyway,
I didn't even think of that. I guess maybe that could be. They could send her
that's
out
how the baby
Moses,
gets out of there. I'm guessing, right?
Moses among the reeds, right?
Yes, which is a retelling of a retelling. It's a classic story.
The classic story of the abandoned baby.
But it just the aliens was it like, at first I'm bumping up against it because there should be no aliens in this story. It should be the people and Khan, and they get found on the planet, and it's a desert, and he's got the thing on his mask, and he takes it off, and he holds up Chekhov. But we're also wondering, how did Kirk and Spock not notice that the SETI Alpha 6 was going to explode?
Yes.
Well, now we have other reasons. Now there's other characters and things happening we don't know, so that might be why. And I think Khan, in this episode, one of the two episodes, he was saying, Kirk abandoned us here knowing that this was going to happen. But he didn't really. He's kind of just blaming the butterfly effect and fate of, this happens and that happens, and then other 1,000 things happen because of that one choice. But I don't think it was, intentional. So I don't think we'll find that. But it gave me, after bumping me and saying I'm out because of the aliens, I was like, well, maybe there's some more story here that we weren't expecting. Thoughts?
I mean, obviously, it was unexpected to me. There was no alien even remotely in my mind. So, again, I was actually excited. I have to say, when episode 5 started out, I felt like a rush, like a thrill, because it's something we've been waiting to get to. You heard this immense boom, and I thought, okay, I guess sound can travel through the vacuum of space, but at least it's in an audio rendering of, the explosion of SETI
Like
Alpha
when
6.
Praxis explodes, right?
Yeah, like finally the other shoe is dropped, and we're finally here at this pivotal moment in the story of Khan. And I got like this rush. I was like, oh my goodness. And then they're saying, well, no, it wasn't a chunk of SETI Alpha 6. It was actually a crash landing spaceship. And I was just like, whoa, too much everywhere all at once. It's just, you turn this story up to 11 with two things, one that we expected, one we didn't expect. And I don't know if there's a genius in that, because again, it's something that you were expecting and now it's finally happened. Could it be anticlimactic because you know where the story goes? Oh no, Hotshot, you don't really know where the story goes. This is accompanied by this thing. So I guess what you're saying has some validity, but it just, how do they execute it now?
Well, I think Khan's people are going to go against his wishes and kill all the aliens except for the one that escapes with Khan and MacGyver's baby,
Fernando.
Fernando. Hernandez.
There was something in the cave.
Roll
that
for
night.
Turaco. Fernando.
So-
Yeah. So that's where I'm thinking it's going, but I could be wrong because I had no idea aliens were coming about.
Yeah.
So this is episode 6. So there's 3 more after this, right?
Well, 6. This is episode 5 and 6. So we got
Yeah.
7, 8. You know why 5 was why 6 was afraid of 5 was afraid of 6. Why was 6
Why?
afraid of 7? I can't even do the joke.
Why, Chris? 6, 7. 6, 7.
Because 7, 8, 9 now.
7 did eat 9. That's funny. Woo! Wow, I want to watch that holodeck program.
God, you just made it after dark. You took the
I
dumbest
did. Oh,
dad joke
it
ever.
is
It's like
after dark, even
a
on the West
kindergarten
Coast now, I
joke.
think.
Kindergarten joke.
That's great.
Oh, 6, 7, 6, 7.
7.
So
Did you watch the South Park, the new one?
I did. I watched it last night.
That's
I don't
funny.
understand what 6, 7 means, but
Oh,
I
kids
don't
are
think
saying
I'm
it?
meant to. Yeah.
You want to know or not?
No, I read that it was like some kind of TikTok meme.
It was
it was
from
just-
a rap song, and then it became a description of a basketball player that was 6'7",
Oh.
and then another person with a meme did this, and now it's a thing. So
It's just a
funny.
thing, I think, to be absurd. It's just absurdity
Yes.
for absurdity's sake.
The generation divide is people who think 6'9" is funny and people who think 6'7" is funny.
I
I think we're right.
see.
I think we're right.
I think we're right too.
I think we're right.
Yeah. But all right, where were we? Oh, aliens.
Aliens and the underground sea and the caves
69
and
69ing aliens.
69ing aliens. Yes,
Yes.
the lavender pearlescent.
The pearlescent
69ing
lavender
aliens.
69ing aliens.
Yes.
With the
Exactly.
freaky mind control powers. Okay, so
He said the title.
so what I really liked
Hmm.
was the subversion of my expectation, but then the episode, all of the episodes, but these last 2 especially, get bogged down in so much needless talking. And that sounds weird to say about a radio play.
Right.
But Rolf Fortraco says 7 of 9 is sexy.
I agree.
I think that is really, that's an outlier, that opinion, Rolf Fortraco.
Yeah,
Nobody
that
else
that
thinks
thought is constantly in my head.
That's like saying Scott Bakula is sexy. Nobody
Exactly.
thinks that. So, I mean, but it starts with this ponderous exchange between Sulu and Lear about the nature of evil and why do you want to dig up Khan, and nothing is actually being revealed. It's just one idea pitted against another idea, and almost like a little thought experiment of how would you have this argument. And to me, it connotes filler. So, because it doesn't really do anything to advance the story. It's just that we understand that you're diametrically opposed, that Sulu thinks that Khan belongs on the ash heap of history as history's greatest mistake. And Lear is just like, no, we have to understand him. And we have to know how monsters are made. And it's just this back and forth that I did not find. That's one of many. So let's start with that one. Did you find that in any way compelling?
Which part?
Where they're discussing whether or not Khan should be re-examined, or the merits of like how evil is evil made, is evil born, is Khan
No.
a subject, a topic
Because-
worthy of further historical research.
Originally, I thought, yes, evil's made, not born, but he was genetically engineered to be born evil, pretty much.
So you're saying he's made to be born? Was he
No,
born to be alive?
He was made to be a tyrant. You know, that's what he was genetically
It's another
selected
thing I'm
for.
so confused about. We'll go into that as well.
Yeah, like why did they do that?
Yeah, Johnny is asking why am I not recognizing these aliens? Are they Eldorians or something like that? No, they're not Eldorians. They're called Eldorians, and we've never seen them before. I looked that up.
Something I hadn't heard of. Maybe that was another thing
Yeah,
too. It wasn't like
Alborians.
Romulans. It wasn't, you know, the
Right.
continuum. It wasn't something I'm familiar with.
I don't mind that actually.
No, it was okay. I just my brain went to Little Green Men for some reason.
So they're Eldorians, and we haven't seen them. They're new to the franchise as of this.
Mm-hmm.
They're new canon,
As far as we
and
know.
let's see, maybe they'll show up somewhere else, somewhere in the future.
It seemed like filler, but maybe this is going to be the story within the story within the story that we're actually meant to enjoy.
I wanted to say that they did this so that they could give George something to do. And I think a lot of this jives, quite frankly, with George's personal politics. And it meets the moment for him because he is just speaking against evil for evil's sake and unprocessed
Right.
pain. And I can understand why that appealed to him, especially if you follow him on social media, considering the state of affairs currently politically in the United States of America, and him being an American with strong opinions. So I mean, we don't need to get political, but it was almost like giving George an opportunity to get on a particular soapbox that he relishes, which is great, but does it make for interesting radio? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
I'm a little bit interested in Tuvok having a different mindset than Sulu. So what did you think about that?
I kind of like that. If we're going to stay on the Excelsior stuff, the fact that Sulu is so close-minded, where Sulu, I don't think he would be. But then you have Tuvok, who is Mr. By the Book, like so by the book that his captain orders him to spy on somebody. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. To me, it was almost like when Anakin turns to the dark side, and 4 seconds after he does, they say, okay, go kill that building full of little kids. And he's like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll do that. But I don't know Tuvok enough to know if that's something. I know he was like a security guy and he was undercover in the Maquis, so obviously he's okay with subterfuge. Johnny J says, I bumped on Vlad easily killing one of the aliens when they defeated Khan's team effortlessly. I bumped on that too, but they gave a good explanation for that. And
Well, we got to remember
we'll
Vlad's
go
made
into
out of
that.
metal, right?
I think they're talking about Ivan, not Vlad.
Ivan.
Yeah.
Ivan. Oh,
Yeah.
Ivan's made out of metal. Yeah.
Is he? Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah. That's how I'm
So-
picturing X-Men.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you tell me, is that within keeping with Tuvok's character that he would so readily spy on
I-
Dr. Lear?
My brain just instantly chalked it up to like Ensign Tuvok versus Commander Tuvok. Is it difference between Commander Riker and Ensign Riker? On the Pegasus, that kind of thing. Where he's
That's
new-
not an
he's
answer.
not
I don't
necessarily-
understand. Elaborate.
He's much younger in his career, and he might not balk at certain orders yet.
Do you think that if Janeway had given him that order, he would have balked?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But although he was, dealing with the Maquis, he was almost like a police force on his own, and he did stuff that most people wouldn't agree with, I think. So maybe he's always had it in him.
That's what I was thinking anyway, because if he has it in him to go into deep cover and infiltrate the Maquis, then maybe he has no problem performing, I don't want to say lie, but misrepresenting himself for a greater purpose. How about that?
Yes, going on his mission.
Yeah.
Does he have a separate interest than Captain Sulu in this? Is he think that there's a possibility that
Yeah.
Kirk and Spock were knowingly sent Khan to his death?
I don't think that he thinks that, but what I did
Okay.
like is the fact that he's not just echoing Sulu. To your original point, I'm sorry I didn't really answer
Right.
your question. Let me answer it
No
now.
problem.
I think that that's great. I think that that is something that helps make the Excelsior part of this story a little bit more interesting, because you have Sulu, who's trying to be a good ensign and do what his captain asks of him, yet he's privately to Lear, expressing his own doubts about Sulu's stance, copping to the fact that Lear might have a valid point in at least exploring this further, just for history's sake, and not so blindly against the idea that maybe there was something else going on, and maybe Kirk was involved somehow. To what extent, we don't know. I don't think that Tuvok thinks it's to any great extent, but Tuvok doesn't have the same personal baggage of friendship that Sulu does with all of the icons of Starfleet with whom he served for 50 years. So you can understand why he's just having none of it. And
I'm agreeing with what you're saying because he was there,
right? Exactly.
But he's approaching it as his personal history influencing his thoughts, trying to see the data that supported his theory, but not only theory, but his experience. Where Tuvok is doing it more scientifically minded, not starting out with an idea and looking for evidence that supports that, but just looking at the evidence and seeing what the evidence supports at this point.
But in that, he also acts as a counter to Lear, who also seems to have her own agenda. And it reminded me of a scene in Frasier when Daphne decided to leave, and Frasier and Martin were fighting. And Martin says, "You know how when you have two hard pieces of cookie, but they have the cream in the middle, otherwise they break." Well, Tuvok is the cream in the middle. I told you this was after dark. So I think that it's especially important to have Tuvok here. They used his character the best, I think, because he finally spurred on the admonition by Lear that she's getting this stuff from apparently the Eldorian Delmonda. So Delmonda has got to be somehow existing, even if he's calling to her across time. Who the hell knows? But
I'm thinking the whole Superman thing, except he went with her.
But at least we got a motive. Here. Yeah. Finally, she's just like, and that's supposed to be a big reveal, but we still don't know what her motive is. It's just that we now know why she's looking. What spurred her to do this? Did Delmonda give more information that could somehow incriminate Kirk? She still seems to have a real hard-on for Kirk, is what I'm saying. And it's just like, what is the deal? What is the deal? I did that for you.
Johnny J says he had no problem spying on the Maquis later in his career. Very true.
Yeah. So that was the Tuvok story. So I think that if we're going to have an MVP for carrying the story along, it's going to be Tim.
Yeah.
On this. Did you find that at least his involvement in giving this some more nuance made it a bit more palatable? Or are you still kind of just too little too late?
I enjoyed more of the Tuvok and the Sulu stuff because I'm not enjoying the character that's the framing device. What's her name?
Rosalind Lear, who...
Lear, yes.
I just want to say it, and I don't mean to be mean, but the actress is just not very good. It seems to me she's reading. Now I'm reading angry. Now I'm reading.
Not my bag of shells. Not my cup of tea.
I'm
sure she's great, but
do that, but I don't
so
know.
far, unless she was raised by Armando, and that's why she's awkward and weird and angry. I don't know. Armando Del Monte.
Sorry, Sonia Cassidy. You can reach out and tell us we're jerks, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it was the direction. I don't know what but I'm just not buying Lear, the performance given as Lear in this.
So I like more of the Tuvok and the Sulu stuff when it comes to the Excelsior. But it also gave me another theory idea that my brain's going with. Because since we don't know about this like alien people being on SETI Alpha 5 and Delmondo and all this stuff, to me, what if Tuvok on Voyager to pass the time is solving mysteries made up in the holodeck based on historical events like Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
I'm confused. So are we seeing a Tuvok holo adventure?
Yes.
Or is this going to be fodder for one that he has later in his life?
No, we're watching Tuvok at the end he's going to say end program and Janeway will just be like, "What have you been doing in here?"
like how Janeway becomes Picard too.
Oh, that would be great. So
You just
yeah.
gave her a
So
British
basically,
accent.
Tuvok didn't want to be the chef on Enterprise. He wanted to be the ensign on the Excelsior during the SETI Alpha 5 investigation. I don't know.
Okay, you listen. Whatever gets you through. If this is like a whole meta story going on to help you get through the story that we're actually listening to,
It's a
I
coping
can't blame you.
mechanism.
I can tell you
It's
what,
a
man.
coping mechanism.
Your brain is really freaking creative.
I'm trying. I'm trying to enjoy it any way I can.
All right,
I'm
all
liking
right.
the con stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of sad the baby
wait,
died.
Johnny has a hot take here. Johnny has a
Okay.
hot take. Of Rosalind Lear. Her voice acting isn't great, but her character is the only somewhat compelling part of this story. To me, she just drags the story to a screeching halt every single time she gets on mic. So I really want to know, Johnny, why you think this character is so compelling. We'll read your comments as we keep talking.
Yeah.
But at least there's a break in the facade. So
Yeah.
maybe now, finally, because we only have 3 episodes left, if
This
we can
season.
get some kind of motivation for Lear, maybe that'll go a long way to making that part of the
We'll get it
story
at the end, maybe
compelling.
the last episode.
I hope
It'll be
not.
like, and this is why.
But again, I'll start repeating myself if we talk about it more. I just, like I said, the Lear thing is the only thing that we don't know how it ends. It should be the most compelling part of the show because it's the only thing that could leave us with a surprise or
Now,
so. But
didn't
the
they leave
fact
us
that
with
I
a
just-
mystery at
I
the end of
just
part
don't
6?
care.
I don't even remember what it is. Yeah. What was the mystery? The one thing we have to find out was
No, well,
was that?
where's Del Mondo? Is Armando? Is Fernando?
how he
still-
got off the planet.
How did he get off the planet? Is he still alive? He somehow got off the planet, and she said, "Well, not necessarily. So we have to listen to the tapes." Or something like that. Okay, Johnny says that the reason that Lear is the most marginally interesting character, the mystery of why she's gunning for Kirk, is what really grabs him. Exactly. I want to know her motivation. It doesn't.
I want to know
Okay,
what she's
we're
thinking.
we're gonna go back, Johnny, into
Is
something
Kirk
that
and
we've said
Spock on her
before.
mind?
To me, the Lear thing is a much more mystery box element to this that is just useless for drama's sake. And it's a formula that I have soured on over the last few years, especially on streaming shows that should be packed with content because there are only 10 episodes, yet they waste so much time on needless mysteries that
It was a
if
robot.
if you told them from episode 1, the prologue of the first season of Picard should have been the threat that they're facing, not getting 8.5 episodes in to find out that it's robots from the future. Why is it less compelling to know who your adversary is? Why do you have to have a giant mystery as to who exactly you're fighting? It's just lazy bullshit. Sorry, we're live.
And we're live.
And we're
Marking the
live, but
file.
at least I didn't do the F-bomb. So
Thank
that's for you, Linda.
You might be able to still monetize this a little.
So
Now,
we're gonna fight. That's it. You and me, you and me, Johnny.
From
I'm rolling up my
Tuvok,
sleeves.
from the conversation between Tuvok and Lear, it seems like Tuvok is privy to everything Lear is, at least as much as we are of her listening to the logs.
Yeah, well, that's the thing because first that kind of bumped me too because he seemed to know all about Zaldamo, and
So he got copying in the records, but he was in the records. Right?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I guess that he's listened to and read everything that she's reported on up until that point, so he is as caught up as she is at that. So I could say it took me a couple of seconds to realize how does he know about this? Oh well, yeah, he's been snooping over her shoulder, so that's how he knows about it. So Johnny also wrote that because Ivan. Did I say, yeah, we had mentioned that Ivan killed, and he's saying, Johnny wrote that I bumped on Ivan easily killing one of them when they defeated Khan's team effortlessly. I think that Zaldamo gave a good explanation for that. They're part of like this collective. What did he call it, Albie? Do you remember?
The denouement.
Right, Zaldamo and the denouement.
The Zoe Saldana.
Right.
The Panda Bear. Was it the
The
Panda Bear?
Pandam. It was the Pandam. Thank you. Yes.
The Pandam.
The Pandam. So when they join forces of their minds, then they can do things like bend the metal, and I guess if they wanted to kill you, even though that's not their bag, Dad.
Yeah, they don't seem to be
But
violent, really.
but
But
when they're
is it a cookbook?
alone, when
Is it
they're
a cookbook?
alone, it might be. You don't know. When they're alone, they're vulnerable. It takes the collective effort of the community, the Pandam, to give them the strength that they have. But when they're alone, they can be picked off just like anybody else. So, and apparently Ivan stomped this guy to death. So,
So do you think the Pandam did something to SETI Alpha 6 to help it along its explosion?
I don't
Or they
know. I
just were
mean,
there investigating what happened? Because we didn't really get any more on that, did we?
no, they just, I think that
But it was
they were
simultaneous.
surveying, and then the planet exploded and their ship got caught up in it. And I think that was it. I don't recall how they crashed. That's
Correlation
part of
isn't
the
causation, but it's suspicious in a
That's
story
where
like
where
this.
I think I might jive with Khan a little bit. They're not saying everything, and Marla even said, but I think it was the way that Zaldamo tried to
Zoe
fob it
Saldana.
off
Yeah.
was that he didn't want them to realize that they are vulnerable when they're separated because it's a weakness and they still don't trust Khan. But again, I think that that might just be another thing that he's throwing up. I still think another shoe is going to drop with the aliens. How about you?
Yeah, there's got to be something there. My thought was it's a cookbook, and they want them to go underground in these caves because they're their food source.
So
Right?
you think Morlocks and Eloy?
Exactly, time machine.
I tell you.
Um,
All right.
weird question. Like the most frightening part of these two episodes for me were when they were on that raft in the dark sea, underground sea. Like if something was alive down there, I mean, they couldn't find anything like fish for seafood or something. But if there's no sun, of course, there's probably not an ecosystem unless it's close to like thermal vents or something.
Right.
But I would think I'm not going in there because something's going to eat me. Because who knows what's huge down there in the dark water? I don't know. Scared me. Kind of like Open Water. You ever see that movie?
I did see Open Water, yes.
Yeah, it scared the crap out of me. That part where it's like black for like 5 minutes, just black screen, and you're just hearing the surround sound and the sharks in the water. And I screamed out loud watching it at
sorry?
home by myself. I was so frightened. And I don't get scared. I don't get scared, but it was the theater of the mind again, I think.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that this brought back that trauma. I just thought it was two boring people on a boat talking. But yeah. Oh, look, he bent Khan's blade. It was Joachim and I forget the name of the. It's Angela.
Yeah, yo, Angela. New Akeem? New one-man gang. I'm not sure.
I don't know what that means, but I'll
Yeah.
take your word for it.
Okay. But is there Akeem and new Akeem?
No, so Joaquin was the guy that was in Space Seed, who
Right.
was Joachim's dad. And
Oh,
Joachim is
okay.
half human, like Spock, half human, half augment, even though he's all human.
And Joachim, he's in Star Trek too, right?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
what's his face who didn't get credited, and then he
Yeah.
was in the Just Say No to Drugs episode too.
The blonde guy from
Yeah, that guy.
The next
That
gen.
guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I know him now. Yeah.
So everybody down below knows. Everybody out there listening or watching right now are going nuts, saying his name, yelling his name.
Write it in the comments.
Yeah, write it in the comments. So,
Yeah. Ruffalo Taco says Joaquin Phoenix.
but they pronounce it Joaquin, and I think that's
Yeah.
because Joachim, because that's how Khan pronounces it in Wrath of Khan.
Akeem is a new
That's
name,
also-
but his original name was One Man Gang.
That's also what all of Akeem's friends, how they called him out on the street in Queens in Coming to America. Yo,
Akeem.
Yo, Akeem. How's it going?
Okay. So, the doctors didn't want to walk too far, right? To get the medical supplies. So they're breaking down this wall. And you know what? Was your head going where I was going before, like just the rubble and the underground rock slide or whatever it was? I was thinking when they break open this wall, it's going to be another like nest of those eels.
Oh, I didn't think of that. No, I saw the rock slide. To me, my mind went to the obvious place, and that's exactly where the story went.
Okay.
More disaster. I even called Godot, Waiting for Godot Mado.
Yeah, Waiting for Godot. Are you gonna go see that?
No,
Bill and Ted?
I'm not a huge fan of what's his face?
Keanu?
Keanu.
Alex
Yeah, I
Winter?
don't. Alex Winter is okay. Keanu Reeves leaves
Bill
me
and
cold.
Ted? Really?
A
That
friend
didn't
of mine.
strike
I
you? It
liked
wasn't.
Bill and Ted, but they're not
Yeah,
playing
but
Bill and Ted.
no,
My
they're
friend Sarah just
Waiting
made
for
me
Godot.
watch Point Break, and
Yeah.
it's like watching wallpaper. Freaking Keanu Reeves. He's terrible.
We'll
So
disagree with
yeah,
that.
shots
It
fired.
sucks so bad because I want to go see them, and you like live like 22 minutes away, and you're like, eh.
No, I'm not gonna
Me,
go
I'm
see
like, it
that.
would cost me three
And you know
thousand
me,
dollars to
I
go.
try to go to every freaking show I can get to.
I
But
know,
yeah, I'm just
but
not
I would just
interested.
go dressed like as Bill and Ted. Maybe if we. What about if we go dressed as Bill and Ted?
I don't have any Ted cosplay.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, I'm automatically a Bill. That makes sense.
So I'm not. I don't have any Bill cosplay either. You just have the blonde
Yeah.
hair.
I could do it. I was him at Comic-Con. You remember when I went through the Quantum Leap experience?
You saw who? Alex
I
Winters?
was. Who was I? I was Bill S. Preston Esquire.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, it was cool. It was good. It was a good costume. Everybody got it right away.
I'm glad.
So the baby died. The baby died. I'm sad because when I heard, okay, there's only one thing to do, I thought they were just going to cut the baby out of her. Because she
No.
was dead. But they said it was like what 7 or 8 months, so it's viable probably.
I don't
But
even.
it
recall
depends where
how
the
much-
rocks fell, I guess.
Right, exactly. I mean, the baby died of trauma more than
Sad
likely.
face.
So
What were they going to name that baby?
they were
Joaquin
going
too.
to name it. They were going to name it Joaquin.
That's-
Joaquim instead of Joaquim.
That's
Joaquim.
so
Joaquin.
similar, it's confusing.
Right. It's. I've
Why did
listened
they
to
do
7
that?
episodes. I can't decide how to say these people's names. So
Joaquin Phoenix,
and Joaquim
Joaquin, one man
coming
gang,
to America.
coming to America.
Yeah.
McDowell's,
Okay.
not McDonald's.
Right. Exactly. We have the golden
Exactly.
horse.
Sherry Headley. She called me Albie once.
We have the big Mick.
Which I want.
Sherry
one right
Headley,
now.
yes. She was on the Quantum Leap podcast because
Yes.
she was in Pool Hall
Gorgeous,
Blues.
beautiful person. Yep.
Was that her in Pool Hall Blues?
Pool Hall Blues. Yeah, she's the sexy chick in Pool Hall Blues.
Right. You've been eating onions.
You've been eating onions again.
I keep on, because I'm thinking of A Song for the Soul, which rips my heart out every time I watch it. But that wasn't Sherry Headley. That was
Which one?
A Song for the Soul.
Ah, yes.
When they're like, and that had Eric LaSalle from Coming to America.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah.
There we go. So,
Okay, so the rock slide, not a good idea.
yeah, I mean, it was the obvious plot twist that I knew was going to happen in that moment.
So structural engineers and surveyors are probably more important in this world than they give them credit for.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's just like your augments, you're supposed to be really smart, but these people are doing a lot of dumb things.
In Star Trek 2, a lot of them seem very dumb. They really did.
Well, then, okay, so maybe we'll get into this because
Okay.
this is what Khan keeps saying to justify some of his more stupid decisions. And I think he even says it to Zaldamo that
Zoe.
when they were created for a battle, and the people who were controlling them wouldn't let them come to their full potential. They just wanted to control them for their petty ends. I thought that the augments took over and there was no controlling them, yet Khan is still talking as if there was some cabal that had fetters on all of these genetically engineered warlords and supermen that had taken over the planet. So to me, that again does not track with what we heard in Space Seed. In Space Seed, they made it seem like they were tyrants that ruled the world. Absolutely. Maybe 6 or 7 of them that had vast legions of
It
armies.
would have been down to one man eventually.
So
right.
who is this mysterious other that is actually using Khan towards a greater end that is not Khan's? That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Wasn't it Brent Spiner?
Maybe in the
Enterprise and
regeneration-
in Picard, right?
in the regeneration Borgified timeline that we saw introduced in Enterprise. I just finished season 2 of Enterprise. This week.
Nice.
Starting season 3, they're heading into the Expanse. So, but
Cool.
yeah, I just saw Regeneration, and I used to poo-poo my friend Sean Ray for saying that
The
the
great Sean
reason,
Ray.
the great Sean Ray, that the reason that everything seems different in the prequels now is because the Borg technology skewed the timeline into this tangent where
Tangent.
they have all this Borg technology now that wasn't there in the original series, and the technology has gotten better because of reverse engineering the Borg findings. That's
Yes.
okay. I'll buy it. Why not?
Well,
Temporal
we
Cold Wars, Borgs. So
Borgs. Oh my. We'll talk about that and more thoughts on Star Trek Con. And I think we got some trivia and a couple other things.
yeah.
When we come back, we're going to take a short break for those watching live. Be about 5 minutes. For those watching the replay, it'll only be a few commercials.
There
So
you go.
we'll be right back right after this. All right, I'll be back in 4 minutes. Christopher D. Philippus.
Okay.
Feel free to entertain the audience
You're
or
always doing this to me.
do your things you got to do.
Um, maybe I'll read. Maybe I'll read from a Star Trek pitch that I did once. Did I do this once before? I said I was going to do it, but I had to go find it. Let me go find those papers. All right, we'll have 3 minutes, and I'll give you my synopsis for the Star Trek novel that I couldn't sell. Stay there. Star Trek novel. Ba-ba-ba. Ask your doctor about this chair. Ba-ba-bum. Hey, here I am. I'm back. Move my earbuds back in, even though I can't hear anybody. All right. You guys are getting special bonus content if you're watching live. So, this was a Star Trek pitch called Survivors. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I haven't looked at this in at least 20 years, probably closer to 30 years. So after I sold my Quantum Leap book, I had, notions that I would be a tie-in author. And Pocketbook's Jessica McGivney, editorial assistant, sent me this letter that said, Dear Christopher F. D. Philippus, thank you for submitting Survivors, which was the name of the book, to Pocketbooks. While the story was exciting and the characters well developed, we regret that we cannot accept this manuscript for publication. We wish you the greatest success in your future writing endeavors. So that was my rejection letter for my novel proposal to the Star Trek novel program. You can see all the Star Trek novels behind my back over here. It was really something I wanted to do. But here's an introduction and overview for Survivors. It's only about 250 words. Survivors, D. Philippus, introduction, overview. Star Trek fans have watched Captain Kirk face down countless threats over the years, but a very significant battle has never been chronicled. The internal one Kirk faces daily as a survivor of the massacre on Tarsus 4. In Survivors, Kirk is forced to confront his painful past to preserve the future of the Federation. Yes, that's what I said. When Starfleet finds evidence of possible Klingon interference on war-torn Vorga 3, Kirk and McCoy go planetside to infiltrate a partisan group fighting on the fringes of a genocidal war. Kirk must convince the partisans to attack a heavily guarded forced labor camp, and in doing so, confirm Starfleet's suspicion that the Commandant is really a Klingon agent using the prisoners to mine the rare gem trilithium. We always have to throw trilithium in there somewhere, don't we? But as he struggles to complete his assignment against incredible odds, Kirk is plagued with memories of a tortured past when he and a handful of fellow survivors fought to escape the tyrannical rule of Kodos, the executioner, on Tarsus 4. McCoy must keep Kirk focused on the mission at hand as the captain's anger and pain threaten to turn into a reckless rage that could endanger the lives of the entire partisan group. And in orbit, Spock is discovering another threat, one that could destroy the entire Federation. I don't remember what that threat was. While a fast-paced action tale, Survivors also offers insight into an almost forgotten aspect of Kirk's personality. And in the tradition of Star Trek, it tackles issues relevant today. About the author, Christopher D. Philippus' first novel, Foreknowledge, part of Berkeley Publishing's Quantum Leap series, hit the stands in February of 1998. Most recently, one of his children's stories won in the children's fiction category of the 66th Annual Writer's Digest Writing Competition, competing against more than 10,800 other entries. His journalistic work has also won various awards, and he currently serves as publications editor for a National Press Association. God, this is the 90s. Holy crap, I was young.
This is not you.
He is a graduate of the University of Missouri-Columbia School of Journalism. Surviving his stint in the Midwest, D. Philippus now lives with his wife in his native New York. That part's still true.
Oh, wow. Is that you?
Yeah, and this was chapters 1 through 3. So everybody's got the outline of my Survivors novel. Here are chapters 1 through 3. Maybe as bonus content, I'll read these out at some point, sometime, somewhere, and you can
members.
You can decide why. Why did they ditch it? Because they hated it. Now I can tell you why they ditched it, but it was just not the flavor that they wanted. So, Albie, you missed it. I read my rejection letter for my Star Trek novel pitch and the overview of what the novel was going to be about.
You should keep submitting to Star Trek.
Maybe at some other point after I retire from my current position.
All right, I got a buddy, Johnny. Probably one of his claims to fame is he smoked with the kid from E.T., Elliot. What's his name?
Elliot.
When he was filming Psycho.
Henry Thomas.
Henry Thomas. Psycho 4 or something like that. Whatever he was playing when he played Psycho. Johnny used to work at Universal Studios. Mm-hmm. And his job was to unroll the fire hoses at night, hose down the streets, and roll them back up.
Alrighty. And
he wanted to get a job there. So he applied every week, because you can apply once a week. And every week he applied, did the application, went through the training, went through the school, went through the thing, and didn't get hired. And he did it, and like the 5th or 6th week, they just finally hired him, so he'd stop coming back.
Oh,
so that's what you got to do.
Well, the thing is,
it's
easy to put in an application week after week. It's not easy to write a full outline in 3 chapters of a novel week after week and keep.
That is a good point. Yeah, but I'm sure you got him in you. I'm sure you got him in you.
I got a Lincoln Enterprises catalog too. I don't know where I got this.
Well, that's nice. But he ended up smoking weed with Henry Thomas and Mother from Psycho. The three of them together. Yeah.
The mother from Psycho or the mother from Cujo? She was the mother in E.T.
No, Psycho. The mummy, the skeleton. The skeleton, yeah, spoilers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the skeleton didn't smoke much, but I think she got a contact buzz is what I understand.
I got it. All right.
And we're back! Welcome back to Trek Exploration. I'm Albie.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're talking about Star Trek Con, episodes 5 and 6. Con! What are the episodes called? I'm going back up, and it is Imagination's Limits and the Good of All.
Ooh,
like
yes.
one for all. One of all.
5 and 6 combined, baby. Not 6, 7. 5, 6.
6, 7.
So
I don't get it. 6, 7.
Where did we leave off? I got completely sidetracked.
We were talking about shows we finished. You just finished season 2 of Enterprise, was it?
Yep.
3.
Yep. Oh, and the timeline, and the accelerated technologies.
And I was going to mention, Serenity and I just finished Young Sheldon.
Oh.
I was not prepared for that ending. I knew it was coming, but I thought it was going to be when Jim Parsons is playing old Sheldon. I thought he was just going to mention it, kind of like at the end of Stand By Me, you know, and then he died.
Yeah,
So, but
Laura
I
had
wasn't expecting.
to stop watching Young Sheldon because at that point she was losing her dad too,
Ah,
and they went into so much depth in that series. Even spoiler, but we know it from Big Bang Theory that
yeah, Big Bang.
Sheldon.
He says it often.
Yeah,
So,
he says it often.
spoiler,
So,
yes and no.
so I mean, the show goes up to the point where he loses his dad, and oh my god, they rip your freaking heart out.
Dude, I cried. I bawled. Not only because I lost my dad, but because I'm the dad now and I'm the next one to
Yeah.
go. You know,
So,
I'm like, damn. And you know, the guy who played George looked a lot like my dad. And
okay.
my dad owned every shirt that George Senior wore, except for maybe two of them.
Wow.
Like the same color jeans and those shirts and that haircut, you know. But my dad didn't have the Southern accent. So after cried a bunch, you know, I appreciated it. It was great, and it happens and stuff. We started watching. We went down like a YouTube bonus feature, special feature things with interviews and stuff. And the guy who plays George Senior, not Georgie, he has like a Norwegian, Californian accent, and I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, this makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
He's like the opposite of George Senior, like, and
Well,
it makes no sense.
well, it's
And it was
funny when you
interesting.
hear the guy who plays Vigilante on Peacemaker talking. He's got like an Aussie or Kiwi accent. I think it sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah.
So
And John
it's just
Cena
so
didn't
funny.
know for the first season. So
Oh,
when they
really?
were doing press, John Cena was like, "What?" Because he stayed in accent the whole time, you know.
He stayed in character, I guess. It
Yeah.
makes it
So
easier. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
that's pretty funny.
But oh, if you hear the actor who played George, what was his name?
I'm not really sure.
Lance something. Yeah.
Lance
Anyway,
Armstrong.
Lance Hendrick.
Yeah.
Lance something. But yes,
Lance a lot.
it's just it's just crazy. It makes you realize that he was not just a good actor acting; he was like a very good actor because even the mannerisms, everything was different. I was like, "Holy crap!" My actor dar didn't go off or anything. It's crazy.
There is a Star Trek tie-in to Wrath of Khan because Sheldon, to process it, is thinking about Spock's death scene in Wrath of Khan.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So yeah, it's something else, man. So
Yeah, it's worth the watch. I highly recommend the show. We're on to
it's a
George and
much
Mandy's first wedding now.
first marriage.
First marriage. We're halfway through season 1, and season 2 just premiered. But we're gonna catch up before we watch that one, of course.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Laura wanted to watch the premiere of season 2 tonight, and I told her I was going to be on mic, but please watch it because it's on Paramount now. And she knows she wants to wait for me because
Aww,
I don't know why. I don't
that's
know.
love.
That and
That's
Ghosts.
love.
She likes Ghosts even more than she likes Georgie and Mandy.
That's
She
on
didn't like
Paramount
either.
also, right?
Yep.
Cool.
So we got all new stuff to look forward to, but yeah, highly recommend Young Sheldon. I love Big Bang Theory. I don't apologize for it. Young Sheldon is a far superior series in just about
I like both.
every measure. Every
Yeah,
measure.
people. I've heard people trashing Big Bang Theory. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
We can. That's a whole different podcast.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
it's a great universe to be part of, and I can't wait for the new Sliders version of Young Sheldon coming soon, right?
And we'll see. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know
we'll see.
when it's coming. At some point.
But I'm loving George and Mandy because the guy who plays Georgie's stepdad, Mandy's dad,
So
Will
Will
Sasso,
Sasso. Will Sasso.
he
from
does the
Mad
world's
TV.
best Jesse the Body Ventura impression ever, hands down. No one is better than him. If you haven't heard it, go on YouTube, type in Will Sasso, Jesse Ventura. It's amazing.
actually-
He does a better Jesse Ventura than Jesse Ventura.
Thank you. I was going to go there, but
Yeah.
you beat me to it.
My
So,
God,
I haven't
that man.
seen it. I probably saw him do it on Mad TV a million times.
Maybe he did more Stone Cold and a couple other things, which he ended up actually wrestling. I think Bret the Hitman Hart back in the WCW days. So check that out when you're down that rabbit hole. It's an
On the
interesting
On
thing.
Wrestling podcast with Albie
Yeah.
Burge.
Well,
Tell us
I
more,
don't.
Albie.
I'm disillusioned with the new stuff because of political reasons and disappointment all around. But it's hard to get it out of my childhood, you know.
This
So.
is the P.O. Box key, everybody. P.O. Box 542 in Bayport, New York. Send Albie your autographed figurines of
Yes.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
And Jesse
I
the Body
had that
Ventura.
LJN, the rubber. You remember the rubber wrestling figures from the Kmart?
No, were
back
they
in the
like
early 80s.
the stretch Armstrongs, where you stretch the
No, they're just
arms?
hard rubber.
I had a
Hard
Hulk one
rubber.
like that too.
Yeah, a Stretch Armstrong. I broke a Stretch Armstrong. Red gel inside.
Ugh, poison, right? Poison
That's
gel.
what they said, but it was just food coloring and sugar. You
All
know,
right.
the corn syrup stuff.
I guess you knew because you ate it, and you're
Yeah,
still
when you're a
here.
fat kid, you eat your Stretch Armstrong sometimes. You know,
I was a fat kid. I wasn't strong enough to rip it open though. That was the
you were never
problem.
a fat kid.
Oh, you should see pictures, my friend.
Okay, we'll send pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, when I was a kid, I was svelte. I was a model
I was gonna
when I was a
say I
kid.
was a fatty fat until I hit puberty.
I was a kid in Sears catalogs and James Way ads and Kmart ads.
They
And
had to keep a string on my ankle because I was gonna fly away.
that's funny. So you know, we somewhere in the middle we passed. So we were both in a middle somewhere. So you got buff and I got the other thing.
I'm working on getting
Dad
hefty
bod.
again. I'm eating too
Right.
much. I'm drinking too
Dad bod.
much. Life is too
bod.
good. I need some adversity. I need to be on SETI Alpha 5.
This is SETI Alpha 5.
After
What
the
did we talk
explosion.
about in this episode yet?
Well, we were talking about the okay. So we have now Ivan murdering wantonly.
Why? He's just an asshole, right?
Because he's exactly just
Okay.
This is
I'm
another
checking.
thing that takes me out of it. It's like again, Ivan has been a cartoon since the beginning of the thing. So uh, any scene that has him in it is just annoying because there's just no nuance, there's no depth, there's no nothing but
One
belligerence
dimensional.
for belligerence sake, right? Exactly. And it just that's tedious. And then you have like Khan still trying to defend his action, saying, I'll judge him. And Zalmando's like, no, we'll judge him, or there's no way forward for us because I can't let this stand. So at some point, I really, again, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop with the aliens, like I was saying before. But I don't know that they have ulterior motives. I don't. If they do, I can't fathom them yet because if they were
Cookbook.
going to attack, though, this was a perfect excuse to say, "Screw you. We're done with this charade," and bring Khan to his knees. Instead, he's saying, "Hey, here's a ship so that you can leave."
On a planet without refrigeration, you want to keep your Morlocks alive or your Eloi alive.
Do you think that's what it is, huh?
Well, the thought that I had because of that is that they ate the fish bones and all, because the calcium's good for you.
Alrighty. So
That gave me like a creepy vibe, you know. Well, the seafood did originally, because I would have died on this planet. I just can't stomach seafood at all.
I mean, if you were starving, I think you'd find a way.
Maybe people say that, but I'd be eating like tree bark. I don't know.
You'd be eating the yellow berries.
A lot of yellow berries.
Right.
I'd be pounding them into a paste and making a pizza with the
Right?
red
Why
berries
don't they
on
try
top.
to cook the eels? The eels are probably good protein.
But
Smoked
they're
eel.
I don't know. My sniffer is very sensitive when it comes to that
Wow,
seafood taste smell.
Well, do you think the SETI eels taste like seafood or like what do you think? Chicken?
I would think like
chicken.
crocodile, like alligator.
Crocodile's good. Crocodile tastes like
Again, the scent,
it tastes like chicken mixed with mozzarella sticks. In
but it's
my
got that
experience.
smell to it.
Well, I'm sorry, Albie. I'm sorry that you would have retroactively starved yourself on SETI Alpha 5.
This is SETI Alpha 5? No, but if there was going to be another shoe to drop, I think that would be it. But it's possible that they're just like cool, kind aliens, you know? It's possible.
Yeah, you want to believe that. You want to believe that because of Star Trek.
Right.
Star Trek.
Because Star Trek.
But you also don't want that because you still want some kind of conflict and drama in an audio drama. And so I admit that I'm a bit conflicted when it comes to that because I do actually take them at their word. I don't think that they are anything more than what they're showing us. But at the same time, the writer in me, the storyteller in me says the shoe is going to drop somewhere somehow. So I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope in equal parts that I'm both wrong and right, which is weird.
It's possible.
I don't know what I want from that storyline because either way they go, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. So that's a Chris problem, maybe? Finally, we found a problem
No,
that's not part of this show. It's a me thing.
the feeling of Star Trek Con for me right now is equal parts chore and fear of disappointment. And I think it's because the con stories that we connected the dots with in our heads all these years might just be better in our heads than actually having it out in the universe.
I think that that's a fair assessment. I think that you can say that about anything, though. I think it's just a matter of how well you write it, and I think that this is falling down because I mean, I guess this gets back to one of the other main points I have. They don't know what story they're telling half the time. It seems to me. It seems like there is just a lot of filler conversations here. Although they're using them to pin like the episode titles on the limits of imagination. When Marla is talking to Khan about you should trust the aliens, she gives this entire long speech about Zephyrin Cochrane and creating the warp thing and everything we saw in First Contact. Again,
Yeah.
rehashing stuff that we already know from Star Trek and saying that the Vulcans came, they saw us, and it led to this and it led to that. And like, again, from maybe two
Well,
or three
Khan
lines
doesn't
of
know this,
dialogue, I understand.
so
But she's rehashing this like they were rehashing the eel facts that we saw in Star Trek 2. And I think it's meant to be an homage and meant to make you feel that Star Trek feel and like swell up with the pride of humanity's achievements and those first steps in trusting people to get out to the stars. I guess she didn't know that Archer wanted to knock the Vulcan science delegation on its ass. But
and Khan's probably not a fan of the Federation, because the Earth kicked him out. They said you guys
he
can't.
doesn't.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay at this planet.
But again, it's like so we have these conversations where what Marla is saying is a fait accompli. Like we all know we're going to agree with her, and it's just maybe to set up Khan as again a little bit of a straw. It's like a straw argument. It's just so that he has something to push against, so that you can see their diametrically opposed opinion on how to proceed on this. Yet somehow, they're still gaga in love with one another. I think it worked better when she was trying to get him to bring his people together and see how to bring like more cohesion to the group. Now they have this other, and he's just in warlord mode. Although he was never really a warlord, he wanted to make the world better, but there were people controlling him again, which doesn't make any freaking sense at all. So
We need more information.
right. Who was controlling? Who was behind all of this stuff? Project
Spiner.
Con, Brent Spiner again. I guess
Wouldn't that
Christina
be cool if
Chong
they pulled him out
went
at the
and
last
saw it.
moment? That I'd pop for that.
At first, the funny thing is when they premiered the voice work for the character Zaldamo. I keep saying Zaldamo, but it's Delmonda.
Tony Amidala.
For people down in the chat, tell me where Zaldamo's from. If you tell me what Zaldamo's from, I'll send you something.
There you
I'll
go.
send-
Zoe.
yeah. So, but I think that I just distracted myself. Well, I had a point.
Zoe
Oh,
Saldana.
I thought that Delmonda might have been Brent because he has sort of like a Brentish kind of timbre
Yes.
to his voice.
I could see that. I could see
I
that.
thought it was processed Brent, but I think that they would have announced that Brent was part of the series.
Yeah, that would have got more eyes or ears on the
So
program.
So I mean, did you find any of the dialogue outside of the action to be compelling in any way? Because you have Khan talking to Delmonte, you have Khan talking to Marla, you have Marla talking about Zephyrin Cochrane, you have freaking Sulu talking to Lear about the nature of evil. It's all of this sort of broader philosophical debate.
To me, the contiguous thing in these two episodes is filler. I mean, you said it, but it's true. They're doing the 2 episodes before the final 3 episodes. That's what it felt like. Like we got this and we got this. Now we need a little bit of this to get from here to there.
That sums it up so succinctly and so perfectly. I feel like no, I'm not joking. I'm not jokingly.
Jokingly.
I really think that I'm going on and on because I'm trying to figure out a way to get to generate more discussion out of this.
Yeah.
But there's just nothing there.
Parts that stuck out when MacGyver said, "I am Khan's woman. I am carrying Khan's child." You know, I was like, okay, that's something.
Yeah. Did you think that anything was going to change Ivan's mind?
I don't know.
No.
Is she like a Yoko maybe?
She's the Yoko, right?
She's
That's
the
why they
Yoko.
hated her to begin with.
Yeah.
So, and why didn't Khan like just murder Ursula where she stood for screaming at him about what a failure he is?
And taking the Little Mermaid's voice.
Right.
So the moral of the story is, get a survey done before you go breaking down cave walls.
That's true. Yep.
Or everybody leave and have some engineers look at it before they do it and maybe brace it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And the ocean, the sea, the underground sea, how is that going to come into play? What is that? Well, they have water, and it's fresh water. So that's something. You need water to live.
Yeah, they are
So
still
on a
going to live for
desert,
another
dry
15
planet,
years.
That
no
helps.
matter what's going on, they're still going to live for another 15 years.
Right.
Whether or not, maybe the Zaldamoans are going to exile them to the surface because they're just jerks.
Ah.
I don't know. Maybe because they refuse to prosecute Ivan. Let's speculate. Where's it going?
Now,
Where's
they're having like a little trial amongst themselves, right? And
They're
it's
going to have the bell and
Belmondo
everything.
and Khan
Ding, ding,
judging.
ding, ding.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So it's like that whole thing again. So maybe, what's this guy's name? The big guy made out of metal?
Ivan.
So maybe they sentence Ivan to go to SETI Alpha 7 and start his own civilization.
I think it would be better for him if he went to SETI Alpha 4.
4? Okay.
It's probably more in the habitable zone.
Yeah, wouldn't need as many jackets.
Right? they don't have many snow shovels to go around, so they can't send them all with Ivan.
I don't shovel snow. Sorry, I don't do that. So
I finally got my driveway redone for the first time ever since we moved in 20 years ago. And it's a pleasure shoveling snow now. I don't hit dips and cracks. And I used to shovel snow and it like hit
I would
me in the
assume you
stomach
would have got
because-
the heated ethylene glycol or something
Is that a thing?
piped under it, the driveway.
Oh, that's it. I'm going to have to call the guys and have them do it again. The
They do-
heated
yeah, they do
ethylene
that
glycol
on
you
your
called it?
sidewalk. Yeah, like they have underground tube heating in houses sometimes. You saw it on this old house. They do that for sidewalks and driveways now. So you just, an hour before you're going to go out, you just turn on or you have it timed.
I didn't know this.
It just melts all your snow off your driveway and sidewalk.
But it probably melts your tires too.
No, it's not that hot.
I
It
don't
just
know,
has to be above melting point of water.
I think that this is technology indistinguishable from magic.
Magic.
I think you're pulling my legs, sir.
No, it's something to look into, though. You just run hot tubing underneath the.
See, this is what Khan wanted for the people of Earth. There
Yeah.
would have been ethyl glycine tubing under everybody's driveway and a chicken in every pot.
There would have been one leader eventually at first telling people not to shovel their driveways.
What else do people want? They just want to relax and have a snow day and not.
I don't have to worry
shovel.
about that. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's the only exercise I get. The only
do
thing
get
is when
exercise. You are ripped.
when you get the plow leavings at the end of the driveway, it's all like ice and it's 4 feet high and it weighs 75 pounds per shovelful, and
You're ripped.
that's when you call Laura and you say, can you bring out a glass of water, hun?
See, I work at home, so I'd think I'd just be snowed in for the winter.
No, unfortunately, we do have to get out of the driveway even when it snows. It's funny. I have employees now that tell me, it's snowing out. Is the office closed? I'm like, it's New York in winter. We get weather. Wake up a half hour early, shovel yourself out, and go to work.
Yep.
That's how we do it here. Anyway,
Just get a subscription service to Salt.
you know?
Right.
Anyway.
There's not a lot more left about these episodes. Is there anything we're forgetting? I didn't take notes because
salt.
I was dreading the whole thing.
No salt
No
for
salt?
Penny's pads. No salt for
Oh
Penny's pads.
yeah, that would burn her little tiny skin. You got to get her
Yeah, yeah.
boots, little
Yep,
snow boots.
I did. She hates him.
Okay, she didn't
She
like
hates
them.
him, but we put him on.
Yeah, because
especially
it's
when we go to
cold
Vermont.
sometimes.
They
Yeah.
got a lot of marble sidewalks in the place that we go into in Vermont, because it's the marble state. So
Yeah,
we
marble.
quarry and just make the sidewalks out of it.
Yeah, it makes
But
sense.
they throw this salt down on the sidewalks in the winter, and it burns your feet. So we got her these little booties there. I sent you the picture of her on the ice with her little
I think so.
booties.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
So anyway,
Yes.
so you have that to look forward to. We'll do that on an extra show. Maybe Listen Linda will do a picture of Penelope with booties on.
The winter booties on.
Winter booties, yeah.
We might have to start making trading cards. Just saying.
Could be.
Send more art to be on the trading cards, everybody.
We have to do our own expansion of like a
Ruffalo
Magic the
Taco.
Gathering kind of thing, right?
Yes. The coins are coming too. I think they might be 3D printed. I'm
Challenge
not sure.
coins with
Exactly.
our cartoon likenesses
Exactly.
on them. Oh, I love it. We put on Scott's artwork, planetricecreative.com, on one side and Linda's portrait on the other side. That would be perfect.
Yes. My
So.
coin is not with me. The prototype. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm done talking about this unless do you
So,
wanna do,
is there anybody left in the chat? I had an idea. If
I don't
anybody's left in
know.
the chat,
I think everybody left us
let me
because
know.
of that 10-minute
If we have
break
more than
when I
one
was
person,
reading
I have
my
an idea.
fiction. I don't know if anybody's in the chat. Susie Q didn't make it this night. This night of all
No.
nights.
I think it was her birthday week, so she's having fun. Oh, they just recorded. I really recommend Totally Killer. Dave and Stacy just did Totally Killer on the TV Deep Dive Corman Productions podcast DVD Al's Place.
Table
So
talk.
go there. Yeah, and they talk table talk, and they talk about Totally Killer. I think they just recorded their next film, which I'm going to watch tonight. So I'm excited about that. The Totally Killer review is good. Have you seen Totally Killer?
I don't know
It's
what
on
Totally
Prime.
Killer is.
Back to the Future, but a chick, and they go back to 1987, but it's also a slasher murder mystery.
Okay, I got to
So
give
it's
it a
like
shot.
Back to the Future mixed with It's a Wonderful Knife, kind of. But it's a really good thing.
I hear
So I got
you.
a Trek and Tell,
Oh, let me see.
one of many laser discs.
Of
Space
Space Seed.
Are you guys interested in us doing Space Seed eventually? Sooner rather than later.
Oh, we
maybe
got to
around
do
the
Space
con
Seed.
stuff.
100% Space Seed, yeah. Tell us below. But I think that it would be good maybe to wrap up this chat when this finally is over.
What are the thoughts? What are the thoughts on moving forward with con? I think we should just do it. It's only 3.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, we could maybe do them live like this. It makes it easier. Like maybe Monday Night Live, we can do them if we're both available.
Yeah,
But
figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. You know what? Yeah.
Turn on
And-
those notifications all
Yeah.
so you get notified when we go live.
100%. And we're happy that some people were able to join us tonight to talk about this. It's nice to get a differing point of view from somebody who thinks that Rosalind Lear is the interesting part of this.
Yeah.
Which is just, it blows my mind, but as you know, it takes all kinds, right?
Yep. Well, we're a crew, and if we all had the same opinion, that'd be boring.
Right? We'd all be like Khan. We'd all be like Ivan.
Yeah. Ivan,
So,
I must break you.
Who was your episode crush?
Still McGivers. I mean, who else
McGivers.
is there really? Tuvok, maybe a little bit.
All right.
What about you?
Episode crush would be the Zeldamian that got crushed under Ivan's boot. And my favorite part of the episode was probably either the explosion of SETI Alpha 6 finally,
Okay.
or maybe the fact that they're building Superman's pod to get off the planet. How
That
about
was
you?
interesting. How did McGivers describe it? It looked like a forensic investigation of a plane crash.
Yes.
That was good descriptive use of description because I instantly pictured what was going on with
Yep.
her.
Yep, you saw like the hangar with everything
Yeah.
laid out. Yeah.
So I appreciated that from the writers.
Okay.
My favorite part was probably the scariest part, which is the underground sea. I went for me listening to an audio drama to kind of place myself there for a little bit.
Underground sea.
Yeah, and it
Underground sea.
evoked the memories of the original Journey to Center of the Earth film. I think it's the original, 1951.
with
I
Rod
want to say.
Steiger. With Rod
Oh,
Steiger.
I should have looked it up. No, Pat Boone. It was Pat Boone.
With Pat Boone and Debbie Reynolds. And special guest star F. Murray Abraham.
Exactly, Debbie Reynolds. She did a great song and dance number with those
Mm-hmm.
large mushrooms underground.
There's something else.
But it's one of those things that one of my favorite subgenres of movies is classic sci-fi that got everything totally wrong, and I just enjoy it. You know, the whole space air thing, space air. You know, it just I love those things, and Journey to Center of Earth is probably one of my favorites when it comes to those.
I'm trying to.
So-
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've seen that for years. I read it.
Oh yeah, it's a great book. All of his books.
I love Jules Verne. For
Yeah.
Jules Verne, it's always about the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, Jules and Verne.
Jules and
What was your
Verne.
favorite part? Did you say your favorite part?
I told you, I said my favorite part. It's one of two. It's Superman's pod and or
Oh, that's right.
the explosion. So,
So, do we go to just final thoughts and ratings, or
do you want
wanna
me to
ask
give you
some
any
questions?
trivia? Do we got any trivia?
Whose turn is it to who?
I'll give it to you. I don't know if you have your glasses. I don't know if you have your cards ready.
Yeah, it might be a struggle.
Mine are right here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see if you know this one. Again, the cards know all, man.
They do.
In the movie, The Wrath of Khan,
Oh!
where do the Enterprise and the Reliant engage in their final battle?
Some kind of nebula?
You know
The
what it's called.
Mutara Nebula?
Yes,
Nebula?
the Mutara Nebula. Ding, ding, ding.
Yay.
I've had 3 questions. That's one.
3 questions.
All right.
I got 1 out of 3 so far. Write your answers down below. Let us know.
In what is maybe one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Trek, bar none, what does Captain Edward Jellicoe order Counselor Troy to do after he assumes command of the USS Enterprise D in the Next Generation episode Chain of Command Part 1?
Put on a damn uniform.
Thank you. God damn it. Get out of those pajamas that you wear on
What?
the bridge.
Were you angry at that cleavage?
You touchy-feely. I just love Jellicoe. I think Jellicoe is like one of the best
Oh.
characters ever introduced in Star Trek. I love him.
Growing up means understanding Jellicoe was right.
Yes. He
I
was
will
right
never
about
grow up.
everything.
I will never grow up.
Oh, Ronnie Cox.
He wants to give us shorter shifts?
We
No.
barely knew you. The original series episode Assignment Earth was
Okay.
originally intended by Gene Roddenberry as an opportunity for what?
A backdoor pilot to a new series.
Yes.
American version of Doctor Who. With Terry Garr. I would have watched that.
Roberta Lincoln herself.
I didn't like the Doctor Who guy, but I like Terry Garr. Man.
You know what?
Terry Garr.
When I was watching Discovery season 2 with the Red Angel, I thought that
Mm-hmm.
Roberta Lincoln might be the Red Angel.
Oh, maybe.
It turned out to be it was Burnham. Oh, there's a shock. There's a surprise.
Terry
All
Garr.
right.
Makes me want to go back and watch Tootsie, is it? Was that Terry Garr or was that somebody else?
Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom. Remember when it was silly if dads were parents?
Yeah, right. They had
I'm proud to be a parent.
They had a whole movie based on
Yeah.
the fact that a dad could be a dad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Times are different. So I guess we'll go to final thoughts and ratings
Yeah,
on
let's do some
Con
final thoughts
5 and
ratings
6.
On Con 5 and 6. Sorry, we didn't go in 2 hours, but it's always fun doing live stuff. Do you want to go first?
Yes, I enjoy going first because I like to end on a good note, and you're very eloquent. Very much disappointed at this point in the audio drama. I'm wishing I had binged the whole thing, so the down points in the middle wouldn't have been this long. Because at this point, it's like 2 weeks of dread-ish, maybe 3. Whereas if I listened to a whole book, I wouldn't have really noticed if I got bored because I'm just listening for more information, trying to figure out the mystery or something. So maybe on a re-listen eventually, I'll enjoy it more. But right now, it's dread mixed with disappointment. But the completist in me wants to finish it. I do like McGiver's. What's her name? Ren Schmidt, right? She's the high point of this, and of course, Khan, Naveen Andrews. They're great at what they do, and of course, I'm a Voyager mark, so Tuvok. Sulu is a little. Maybe I've had too much Sulu in my life right now, But I'm hoping that some of the silly things we made up that might happen, or something that totally surprises us and changes everything we know. But as for right now, I'm going to give these episodes, I'm not going to judge them separately because, well, if I did, they'd have the same number. I'm going to give them both a 2. I'm going to give 2 rainbow tail fish out of 5.
Bones and all.
Yeah, bones and all. It's a good source of calcium. What about you, my friend?
Well, I still hold out hope that they're going to pull it out for the end, mainly because I just love the idea of the audio drama, and I love the idea that Nick Meyer is behind this, and I, I still think that they could turn it around, but as of right now, it just seems to be an exercise in futility, and you're going to stick to the end because it's Khan and it's Star Trek and we're completists.
Yes.
So if this were any other show, it's funny because when I stopped watching like superhero shows on the CW, the WB, I said, if this was anything besides like The Flash, would you be watching it? And the answer was a resounding no. And I feel like if this was just somebody's audiobook of people stranded on a planet, would I still be listening to it? Probably not. But am I going to finish it? Of course, it's Star Trek. I want to finish it. I want to know.
Trek.
So I want to hold out hope that it'll turn around. I'm not.
And it might be great.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, Ren Schmidt's really good. Naveen Andrews is really good. So I think the guy that plays Aldamo is pretty good. There is equal amounts of great voice acting to counterbalance the terrible voice acting. But is that enough? I don't know. And it remains to be seen. If the story turns around, now that we have these new complications, these new aliens, and it kind of changes the landscape, I'll at least want to see how they dovetail that into what we've seen in Wrath of Khan. So that being said, I still, like you, can't give this duo of episodes very. I'm also going to give it 2 entirely preventable cave-ins out of 5.
I like it.
We want to know out there what you think of Cons Part 5 and 6. You can do so right here on the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/AfterExploration. You can make comments below. LaForge stayed below. You can also like, subscribe, and share.
Matt Frewer. I get that
Please.
reference.
There we go. New Jersey. Also, follow us and support us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Trexploration. There you'll find all the levels of membership. Please consider supporting the show financially. You can also do it through PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, and Cash App. We'll have QR
And
codes.
shoebox full of money.
And shoebox full of money. Please tell us what you think through our Trexploration.bluesky.social account. You can follow us there. You can also send us emails. It's trexplorationpod@gmail.com. You can send us anything you'd like to the P.O. Box. That's P.O. Box 542, Bayport, New York, 11705. And as always, we want to thank all of you who support the show, all of you for subscribing, liking, sharing. We do it because we love you, and we couldn't do it without you. And just remember, anything that you send us, any comments might be used on
against you in a court of law.
Future episode of Trexploration. And speaking of future episodes, Albie, tell us what's coming next.
What is the next episode? The next episode of Khan is Khan 7. I am Maria!
It's Marla.
Marla. I'm going to do that again. I am Marla!
Marla!
Is this when she takes over for Khan?
I guess so. I don't know. I guess she puts her foot down. She draws a line in the sand. She draws a line in the rubble. I don't.
Maybe she becomes the leader. That'd be cool.
Maybe.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, it seems to be that this is going to be Marla's time to shine. She's going to give her
Before we
mighty
go.
yawp. Her mighty yawp.
Before we go, do you have any crazy tinfoil hat theories about what might happen in these final 3 episodes?
I think that first, Marla is going to divorce Khan and marry Zaldamo.
Okay.
And then he's going to make her baby into like a star baby. And it's either going to be like Ziggy Stardust or the star baby at the end of 2001.
Okay.
So, and then the Star Child is gonna float off the planet
Oh,
through the
Star Child.
through the power of rock and roll, into a monolith, into the future. What do you
Into
think?
the future. My earlier thing about it's a cookbook. I think we're gonna get there's another shoe. I don't know if these lavender pearlescent beings have shoes. I would assume.
Okay.
But I think the other shoe is going to be they need them for some purpose.
All right. All right.
Uh,
So maybe
and
they'll
I
be
think
batteries like the Matrix.
yes, exactly. And we've already established that we both think that the Lear is Canon McGiver's child, right?
I think it's becoming more and more likely, but the fact that she wouldn't have revealed that she's revealing that Zaldamo's giving her the information, is that another red herring? I don't know. We've talked about
All
this
right,
too much, but I think maybe
I'm interested.
if they don't reveal it in the next episode, I don't care. I officially don't care anymore.
That'll be a great episode podcast. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna go in there tonight and listen to the next episode, probably
All right.
after the movie. Probably.
I will. I will be listening tomorrow, and we'll talk about it Monday night.
Monday night. Yeah, as if everything goes right, we'll see you Monday night. We'll see.
You rhymed.
So, so for Trek Exploration, I'm Albie,
And I'm Chris.
and we'll see you next time.
And keep on conning on.
There you go. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll do some scouts in between, or scouts would be after con. I don't know. I'm enjoying
Yeah.
scouts more right now.
Me too. Big time. Big
Yeah.
time. So I love the fact that we got 2 hours out of this regardless. I thought this
Yeah.
was going to be a half an hour show.
Well, we got an hour out of scouts. One episode.
I know,
of
but Scouts is infinitely more interesting. It just is.
It is infinitely more interesting. All right. Thank you, everybody, live for watching
Yeah,
us.
thank
We
you,
really
guys.
appreciate it. And thanks for keep on keeping on and keeping the Trek alive and all that stuff. And check out the new Quantum Leap podcast coming soon with hosts Peter Vunasak and Mikey Graff, I want to say.
Cool.
Yeah, and go over to Quantum Leap Podcast, the Quantum Leap Podcast on YouTube. Check out that little video Chris and I did. We dropped and we talked to Peter, and it might be something interesting. You might like it. Okay. Goodbye, live audience. We love you.
All right, thanks
Thank
for
you,
sticking with
Ruffalo
us.
Taco, and thank you, Johnny J.
Thank you, Johnny J. Thank you, Roll for Tarako.